Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to SCDC ENT Presents The Age Woman. And I am that lady, Miss Nicole, coming at you today with another word or advice to help you navigate, your relationships and just life in general based upon my experience. Nobody says that my mouth is a prayer book. You have the option to not, take my advice, but what I've seen and what I've done myself and what I know, from my experiences, I hope that my words are able to help you. So today I'm coming at you today, and I'm going to talk to you about some things that I think will help you learn how to communicate with your spouse, communicate with your significant other. And communication is not an easy thing in a relationship because we feel like all of us have been programmed to think that if we shout at someone that they are going to give us what we want. And a lot of times that's just not the case. A lot of times people don't care if you fussing. They don't care about you arguing. They just don't care. And it's not even relevant to them about how you feel or any of that. People just don't really give a damn. So for you to think that arguing and being, combative with your words and throwing darts and insulting people, if you think for 1 second that that's going to win you any kind of brownie points with your man, with your kids, with anybody, it's just not going to do it. It's just not going to work. You know what I'm saying? We have to unlearn the foolishness that our mothers, that we learned from our mamas, when she talking and speaking to us all out of her feelings, she hollering and calling us names and, or being passive aggressive, throwing darts and saying little comments and all that there. Please don't be that type of woman, because ain't nobody gonna like you. Although sometimes it's just better just not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? The people think that saying nothing is very powerful, because the fact is that God has given everybody a mouth, 2 ears, 2 eyes, and a nose, and 2 ears, right? So, with that being said, anything that he doubled up on, he meant for us for a reason. So he gave us 2 ears so we could hear things on both sides and use our brain to process what it is that we're hearing. Okay? Just because somebody comes at you in a way that you don't like, or somebody say something that you don't care for them to say, don't mean that you have to argue them down. Some things is, and also too, you need to stop speaking before you think. Because a lot of times we speak before we think, and the person that's telling us this, we already know is right, but the fact is we just don't want to hear it because we a bunch of stubborn people, stubborn women who feel like we can't be criticized or questioned, which is totally out of this world, because nobody is above being communication. You shouldn't be in a man's face. When you not real educated and you don't have anything to talk about, you really shouldn't be in a man's face. You need to gain some wisdom, and you need to get yourself together, and you need to figure out what's going on in society. You need to have some business about yourself, because most men don't like airheaded women. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Most men, men they're struggling. They're struggling. And, they need somebody that they can unload their thoughts and feelings on, who is intellectual enough to be able to read between the lines, understand their point of view, and give them some thoughtful advice, not based on their personal feelings, but what it is. And we're going to talk about that right after these messages. I thank you guys for tuning in. It's going to be a good one today. We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. If you ever wanted to have your very own podcast, I can tell you how to set it up right now. Anchor is an awesome app that's free to download. You can use its creation tools to edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more other platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenerships. And also, it has everything that you need in one place. All you need to do is go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I look forward to hearing your new podcast any day now. Thanks. And now back to the show. Hey everybody, and welcome back to your girl, Miss Nicole, the aged woman. So, that didn't even make sense, your girl Nicole, but I am your girl, you know what I'm saying? If don't nobody understand the things that we go through as women, I understand because I'm a woman. I'm out here in these streets, I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand the fact that you want to be a good woman to your wife, to your husband. I'm sorry, you want to be a good wife to your husband. But you don't have the skills to do that because you wasn't raised like that. You just need to understand that, understand that, and just make adjustments to it. Your point of view and the things that you have been learned doesn't make men happy. It just don't make your man happy. And like I said, we have two type of women that's listening to this. We have one type of woman that's like, wow, she's really making sense. Let me listen to her because she might have something that she can help me with. So that's one. And then we have these other women that y'all good. Y'all don't need my advice because y'all already know everything there is to know. Congratulations. I'm not here for y'all. I'm speaking to the women that has had, who's struggling in their relationships, who would like a man, but really just don't understand where they're going wrong when they're speaking to a man. You know? One thing that I feel like, well, for me personally, I knew I was trained when I was growing up. I was trained, and I learned this from my mama. Oh, okay, so a man don't mind if you all emotional and saying all kind of stuff out your mouth to him. Or, okay, so come to find out, men don't like that. Men don't like women who feel like they can just say what they want to say out their mouth to them. Even though I'm not saying that all men are great. I'm not saying that men are perfect. I'm telling you that sometimes you have to avoid. You can't allow a man to dictate how you act. You can't allow anybody to dictate how you act. That's being mature. If you decide that you're going to be a certain type of woman, okay? I have decided in myself that number one, I'm not going to argue with my husband. I'm just not going to do it. I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I've been with him. We going on 9 years strong, y'all. 9 years. And it has not been easy. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no kids together, but I got 2 stepkids. It's been a long road. And I'm from down south. So, you know, I'm a loving, sweet woman. And my husband is from up north. So he's a hardcore gangster type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Really no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Make his feelings very clear. You know? And the one thing that my husband said when I moved in with him, he told me, he said that he just listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's all I want is a woman to listen. He said, if you listen, he said, I'll tell you what you need. I'll tell you how to love me. So you ain't got to be stressed out about that. You know, because I was like, I ain't never been with no grown-ass man before. You know, we get so used to people talking to us, and it's just so much bullshit. You know, so we just turn our ears off because we just don't want to hear nothing. We don't want to hear nothing. But you got to open your ears and listen to your man. Listen to when he want to tell you a story. Listen. When you gotta be in the moment. It ain't no trick. It ain't no trick. It's about putting in that work, being kind-hearted, being loving, and don't think about yourself. Because God wants you to do this. God wants you to be the best possible woman that you could possibly be. And if you anything less, he don't like that. So at the end of the day, you're not doing what you're doing for man's approval, whether it be your husband or anybody. When it comes to communicating with your man, you have to take your feelings out of it. Don't be so emotional about what he's saying and how he's saying it. Listen to what he's saying and what he's trying to get over and to convince you. Or what he's trying to get from you. If your man asks you to do something, you should not be back talking and having attitude about it. If it's something that you could do to make his life better, why not do it? We'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, and welcome back. So, what is the problem with just being a willing participant in a relationship and just trying to find your happiness through the struggles? You know what I'm saying? That's called manifest destiny. That's taking control of your own future, even though you have other things going on, and even though I got my husband in here, he's sick. He's recuperating from his stem cell therapy from cancer. And yes, it is stressful. Yes, it has been stressful. Yes, you're talking to somebody who has not had sex in over a year and lives with her husband. But it's not appropriate, for me to expect my husband to want to have sex and he's sick and not feeling good. And I apologize about the background noise. These people love dual exhaust around here. But, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I lust after my husband all the time. But I can't allow the fact that we're not having sex to bring me down. I can't allow that to make me emotional, because sex is not none of those things for me. My security, my life, my husband's well-being far outweighs any of those things. And you're talking to somebody, I was like, oh, no, child, all I need is just be a man so I can get me some sex. I used to really think, like, all I need is a man. Just don't stress me out. I need some sex. And, I'll go to work. And you just, you go to work and, help me out and just don't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to be. Just don't be a problem to me. As far as if a man not bringing you no problems, he is worth working with. Okay? If you have children and a man is willing to take care of you and somebody else's children, you need to love him, and you need to make sure your kids love and respect him to death, because men don't usually do that, and women don't like to do it either. You have to understand your position in this world. You can run around here and think that you're so cute and so loving that somebody gonna deal with you. Those are called pretty monsters. Don't nobody want no pretty monster. And especially a pretty monster that can't communicate. When your man is on a different mental level from you, and you kind of slow, you definitely need to talk to a woman so you can get your talk game up when it comes to talking to your man. A man wants someone that he can lay his head on and communicate and tell his deepest, darkest secrets to, who gonna understand and take those and help him with that. If it's something on his heart that he want to do, a woman gonna listen to it and try to go back and execute it. That's what we supposed to do. If a man plant a seed in you, whether he plant a seed in your mind or he plant a seed in your womb, it's for you to take that seed and bring it forth and raise it up to be something wonderful. That's what this Mother Earth and the earth and the earth and the woman is this. That's what you're supposed to be doing. If you're not doing that, then you're failing at your job. Because we are the nation builders. We in whatever, and I said this on my last podcast, whatever a man needs, and whatever his thoughts is to bring something forth, when he rests his head on you and he confides in you, you should take those ideas and help him manifest them. Especially if it's going to move you forward. You don't always have to say anything back to your husband when he go off on you. Or if he mad about something. Or even if you mad about something. You just say, right now, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to start an argument. Why would you intentionally go after your husband and intentionally go after your kids and intentionally just start BS that you don't have to start? You don't even have to start it. You could just chill out. Everything that come to your mind should not come out your mouth. And that's the first thing that you need to learn about communication. Because we as women, we have thousands and thousands of thoughts, feelings, ideas, this, that. And your man don't want to hear all that. They just don't. Save it for a notebook, get a girlfriend, y'all talk. Get you a homegirl, not like a girlfriend, but like a homegirl that y'all talk to, and join a women's group. And we'll be right back after these messages. And also, too, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting me. I got some new members on my YouTube page. I'm also NicoleArcha. I used to be Queen from Creation on YouTube. I got tons of videos on my YouTube channel. Just taking it back to the old school and just reminding us of our old ways and, how we supposed to be getting down these days. We so busy running around here talking about the modern woman working 9 to 5, no services and promotions. And it's like we just forgot that we ain't supposed to be all out here distracted. Nothing is supposed to distract you from raising your kids. Nothing. Everything else comes second to your kids. No nannies and babysitters and all this other people all around you churn who you really don't know that good, teaching your kids wretched things, and they just go along with it because mama ain't saying nothing. Mama is the first teacher. If mama ain't teaching you something, what does she do? She must be not there. She must not be there. If mama ain't teaching you nothing, that means she not there. And that's shame on you, mama. Shame on you. And you got to watch what you're teaching your kids. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about that at a later time. Because I don't really like to talk about people parenting skills. Because, like I said, I'm just a step parent. So regardless to, I have to have respect for the just putting in that work, putting in that work and wanting to do the work. I have respect for any woman that do that. I got 2 sisters, and both of my sisters got kids, and they really have to work hard for their kids. You know what I'm saying? And God bless them. I send a shout out and peace and love to any woman. I know that it gets hard sometimes when you by yourself and you got children. But the reason why your kids are stressing you out is because you have not trained them to be an asset to you. You have trained your kids to be a problem, a burden to you. When you train your kids to be an asset, it's a wonderful thing. And that's just how your man feels. If you are not an asset to your man, what good are you? He wants a woman, your husband wants a woman to be an asset to him. Someone to bring things to the table. Someone to hear what he's talking about and understand him and support him. Somebody not to tell his business. Somebody that understands you can smile in my face all you want to, but my loyalty lies with him. You interrupted my podcast. I'm recording. I'll be in there in a minute. Let me finish this up. I'm coming. That was my husband waking up. That's his side that he need his coffee hitting on the door, I guess. But yeah, like I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing but respect for you ladies that put in that work for your kids. But also too, remember, if you want to be happy, you got to set your home up so you can be happy. Don't think that it's just gonna happen overnight. If you don't raise your kids to be straight mutts and terrorizing and tearing up, and that's your fault. That's your fault. Because the order of the house should start and be taught to the children while they are small. That way they grow into the shit. If you should start when they get their own bed. The first thing they do when they get up in the morning, make your bed, go brush your teeth. And sing the birthday song while you're brushing your teeth to make sure you don't have cavities. Wash your face, wash your neck, wash up real good every day. Mamas, we should be doing this. Nobody else. And if we're not communicating this to our kids and having their best interest, telling them the truth, loving them, you know, when they come to you with some crazy talk, you correct that in an intelligent manner. If you don't know how to do those things, you set yourself up for failure. You got to tell your kids, look, you are a boy and you are a girl. You got to tell these kids that, because if you don't, they don't know. They do not know. And it's not for society to be raising our kids and telling us how to communicate. Because society is wicked. Remember, these teachers, they all wicked. And if we don't have these talks with our kids and promote love in our kids, and if we don't listen to our husbands and promote our husbands, you know, being their best, then what good are we? What good are we as women? And what are we saying? What are you setting yourself up for? I want to be old and happy with my husband. I want us to have a good life and enjoy the things, whatever that might be. You know, whatever blessings God have for us, I want all of that. But I know that in order for us to achieve that, we got to have order and we got to be respectable of each other, or we just going to get on each other's nerves and kill each other off. You know? So I'm going to wrap it up for obvious reasons, because my husband is coming to the door. I'm sitting out on the porch this morning. I know y'all heard all the noise, but looking at all these tomatoes I got in my front yard. But I just want to tell you ladies that, you know, listen to your man, understand him, learn him. When he don't try to talk to him when he watching TV. You know, get your timing right. Get your thoughts together. Because if you don't come to him correctly, he ain't listening to nothing you say. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're going to ignore you and dismiss you. So just be on point with it. Get better, communicate with your kids. Train your kids. Because if you don't train them, somebody else going to do it. You know? And with that, I say shalom.